Today I want to share a little cookbook, a unique cookbook to me. It's called 20 Foreign Accent Dinners. It's like a pamphlet. What's unique about it is it's actually published by a big food company, the Hunt's Tomato Paste. I don't know what their parent company is, but basically tomato paste. I know this from seeing tomato fields in California in my youth. Tomato paste is basically they take the rotten tomatoes and they just form a paste with it, and you can use it in spaghetti and other things. So the subtitle is Simple Meals That Make a World of Difference. And let's see what these 20 dinners are, right? Yeah, in the context of marketing for big food, definitely for U.S. American audience. And also, I guess, promoting some form of, ethnic diversity, right? Let's do some foreign style dinners. So we'll see how authentic those might be. Of course, we can predict they will all contain some Hunt's tomato paste, right? Or tomato sauce. In this case, it's the tomato paste, which I learned from my own mother years ago, is the way to make your spaghetti sauce thicker. When I was a bachelor, I would come up with watery sauces. And once I was on the phone, and she said, just add a can of tomato paste and you can thicken it. So Hunt's Tomato Paste offers you a world of down-to-earth cooking. Ever stop to think how much you have in common with other homemakers the world over? Especially when it comes to meal planning, the desire to please and pamper husbands and kids surely knows no geographic or national boundaries. Wow, this already dates it, right? Just the notion of homemakers and serving your husbands and that's kind of an anachronism, unfortunately. Just like you, women in other countries clip recipes, try new dishes, and taste and experiment to present meals that will bring smiles to the faces of those they love. I'm not so certain about that. I have lived in other countries, and I would say yes, women do try to present meals that will bring smiles to the faces of their families, but they're not necessarily trying new dishes all the time. They'll have their standards, go from that. So here, we have France, the chicken merengue. Oh my goodness. It not only uses the Hunt's tomato paste, but it uses the Wesson oil, the vegetable seed oil. Bad stuff. So I guess the parent company sells both the Wesson cooking oil and the Hunt's tomato paste. Mexico, a tamale pie. I'm here in the southwest U.S. and I think the local Mexican Americans would just laugh at a recipe like this. It's definitely gringo style processed food and Mexican cooking here. A tamale pie. It does have some cornmeal in it. It doesn't have the corn husk. It's not like wrapped tamales. They call it a pie. Here's Italy, spaghetti Italian style. Right, it's really just American style, because I don't think even the Italians down the street at the Italian restaurant are using Hunt's tomato paste. France, another French dish, beef burgundy. I do like beef burgundy. I'm not sure I like this particular recipe because it also includes a third cup of Wesson seed oil. Spain, paella. Once again, adding that dang cooking oil. Bad stuff. Here, a United States Southwest chili. And the only chili I see in it is 1 to 2 tablespoons of chili powder. That wouldn't actually work here in the Southwest U.S. We like actual real chili in our dishes. Hungarian goulash, also with a third cup of Wesson oil. Oh, yeah, we're not just doing European and American style. We're going all the way to the continent of Africa, right? Jollof rice, which, of course, we're going to contaminate that recipe with only a quarter cup of Wesson seed oil, as well as a can of this here tomato paste. Portuguese boatman stew. calls for 2 pounds of firm-fleshed whitefish cut in large chunks. Man, in the cities on the coast, I know, like when I lived in San Francisco, for example, or even in LA, you could probably find some actual whitefish fresh in a fish market, but not here in the interior of the U.S. Unfortunately, getting fresh fish in the interior it's pretty sad here. I think this is why the standard American diet doesn't include too much fish. But there's a boatman stew, which of course uses seed oil. We have a U.S. 4th of July barbecued chicken with vegetable oil. The sauce might work. I just say might because it seems to have, some of the sweetness, brown sugar in it, a little vinegar, some Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce, right? And only a couple tablespoons of the vegetable oil. Stuffed peppers from Austria. Hey, now this actually was a dish I think my mom made. She did do the stuffed green peppers, and she had some tomato paste in it. Used a beaten egg to kind of help it all hold together. These stuffed peppers, actually, if I recall from childhood, they were actually pretty hearty, pretty good. I enjoyed them. So yeah, one recipe, I guess, from my childhood in there. So I'm selling the cookbook, Mom. Here we go. A chicken curry from India. Now this is laughable. I had the good fortune to actually live in India for 1 year, and I would never put together, vegetable oil and tomato paste and a few powders, some yogurt, and call it curry, right? No, thank you. Farmer's pork chops from Germany. Oh, German Freunde. Oh, I don't think they would like this one either. It's kind of just, one thing about them is kind of neat, is they're using the 1-inch thick pork chops. It's kind of hard to find those in the markets anymore, the thickly cut ones. A U.S. shrimp creole. On a bed of white, looks like the white minute rice, basura. And of course, Mexican enchiladas, those look pretty darn authentic, don't they? I don't think so. But what are they using? They are using ground beef in there. Oh, the trend then was, lean ground beef, because people still believed in that saturated fat hypothesis. But it looks like the leanness is, kind of overcome with some fatty cheese on the top. Definitely not authentic, but if you want a gringo-style enchiladas, you could probably do it with some Hunt's tomato paste. An Italian veal parmesan. Those do not look like the veal parmesans I've had in restaurants. No, thank you. Netherlands beef birds. They're using round steak to simulate birds, apparently. No thanks on that one. And an Italian lasagna that looks kind of like a birthday cake or something. That's really wacky looking lasagna there. Stuffed cabbage leaves from Poland. Well, kind of like those stuffed green peppers, you're going to get, can at least get some meat wrapped around those cabbage leaves and, bake it. And I'm sure this is done in the oven. What does it say? Yeah, no, they're doing this one in a heavy skillet, not baking it. But, if you have heavy cast iron, you could probably bake them just fine. Caribbean rice with sausages. That really doesn't look too appetizing, does it? It's got those darn, those peas. What are those in there? What's green in there? Oh, it's just chopped green pepper. Anyway, this is the stuff that makes it possible, this Hunt's tomato paste, which is really, just like it says, it's a paste. I found when I would use it to make bachelor spaghetti back in my college years, you don't often even need an entire can of it. It's just like you use enough to get that viscosity that you want in your sauce. So this is the Hunt's tomato paste, promoting their tomato paste with 20 foreign accent dinners. I hope you've enjoyed this brief tour.